Welcome to Guitar 101 with Ponyboy. Steve, the first thing you want to do is you want to get a guitar tuner. I don't use mine so much anymore, but you get to a point where you can kind of do it by ear. This little thing I've had for probably over 10 years, and I think it cost me 20 bucks. So we're going to be learning some basic chords in standard tuning. I'm not going to show you how to tune because it's just a bit much for a beginner. So just get a tuner. I'm playing with an acoustic here as well. So the chords that we're going to learn are 3 basic chords. There's probably a dozen really solid basic chords that you kind of need to know. We're going to do the A chord, the C chord, the D chord. So just remember, basics really, just kind of keep your fingers loose. Don't press down on the fretboard. You know, you tend to be very nervous when you first start, and you want to mash down as hard as you can to get that clear sound. Try not to do that because you'll wear your fingers and your hand out really quickly, and you just get kind of, it can be discouraging. Also, you need to decide whether you want to play with a pick or whether you want to play with your fingers. I don't use a guitar pick, so that's totally up to you. My sound, I suppose, is a little bit messy, a little bit sloppy maybe because of that, but that's just how I play. So yeah, so get yourself a tuner, get a guitar as well. That's important if you don't have one. And okay, so we'll just start with some of the basics. The A chord is a very simple chord. I'm going to put the chords up on the screen to kind of help you out. So here we go. Also, if you've got an acoustic or you've got a strap, just, you know, you don't have to wear it up to your chest, but just so that it's comfortable. You know, your arm should be kind of, this part should rest a little bit, and your left hand here should more or less line up with your chest to a certain degree. So this is comfortable for me, but you know, you don't want to sling it like all the way down to your knees or anything until you get the whole rock god thing going on. All right, so here we go. A chord, which you should be seeing right about now. Voila. Okay, so you see the numbers there. It says 1, 2, 3. 1 being your index finger, 2 being middle finger, 3 being the ring, 4 being your pinky. We're not going to do any pinky chords. Now, it tells you, you can see that empty space above the 1, 2, and 3. That's this fret here. So it's just indicating what fret you're on. Second, this is where we're going to be. Now, it's telling you to play 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It's telling you the fingers and where to place them, what strings to put them on. Okay, now I don't play my A chord, my A chord that way. I tend to put my fingers on top of one another because it's easier. So first finger on the 3rd string, second finger on the 4th string, 3rd finger on the 2nd string. So it's more, they're more bunched together. That's your A chord. Now you can play it the way that it's right there on the chart. Same sound. It's totally up to you, as long as you get the placement right. You could also bar it if you wanted, which is just playing all the strings on one finger. So that's, again. But choose which way is easier for you. And also keep in mind your right hand, what your right hand is doing. It should be, again, comfortable and loose, kind of like the left hand, okay? So, or you can just play downstrokes. Which I think for this exercise, probably the best thing to do is just play downstrokes, which is just down with the hand. We're not coming back up or anything. And you really want to concentrate on the playing the strings that you're actually, making the chord with. So it's okay to come up here, but you really, that's not really part of the A chord, hitting this open string up here on the top. So you just kind of want to stay down here. All right, so we've got A, if you're comfortable with that. So let's move on to the C chord, which is a very important chord. Excuse me. So we're going to move, let's just do the C, and then we'll move between them. Okay, so C chord, right about now. Oh, look at that. Wonders of computer. All right, so it's telling you 1 for your index finger is on the 2nd string, 2nd finger, 4th string, 3rd finger, ring finger, right there on the 5th string of the 3rd fret, okay? So again, looking at that, it's showing you what fret you're in. 1 being here, 2 here, 3, okay? So here is the C chord. Right? If you want to learn the C chord by bringing your pinky up here, I think that's... I don't even know, see, I don't know chords really. I don't know their names, I just kind of know how to play them. So I think that's probably a suspended version of C, so don't quote me on that. But okay, so we've got C chord, okay? So let's just switch between them a little bit. And this is really kind of the hardest part, is going between one chord from another. It's not necessarily learning where your fingers go. It's switching between them. And what chords you can kind of switch between that actually sound good, okay? So we have A again. 1, 2, 3. And then C. Okay? So that's it. So A and C. Okay, now what we're going to learn is the D chord. Ooh, D chord. D chord is a cool chord. It's very simple. It's similar to the C chord in the fingering, I suppose. You can see me switching between them here, and it's just a very, very natural. You can see my wrist is really just kind of moving a little bit. It's a very, very natural progression, one between the other, okay? So now you can see, let's bring the D chord back up. And it's also 1, 2, and 3. So you've got one finger number 1 here on the 3rd string, the high E string, this one here, 2nd string, or 2nd finger, 3rd finger right there on the second excuse me, 2nd string of the 3rd fret. So these two are on the 2nd fret, 3rd fret here. D chord. Cool. All right. Okay, so now we've got our D chord. We're going to switch between all 3 of them, okay? So we're going to go A, C, D. And then ultimately we'll go back to A. But here we go. A chord, you ready? C, D. Okay, so you just learned 3 basic chords and how to switch between them. You rock now! Cool. Okay, so what you want to do is just practice those chords in whatever way suits you. You know, if you just want to sit and play A, your fingers are probably going to get a little bit sore after a while because you do want to switch, move them up a little bit. But whatever, man, it doesn't matter. You just play with it and have fun, okay? So let's do this one more time, and we'll switch between all the chords, and you can kind of get an idea of, you know, what it would be like to actually have these in a song, okay? So A chord first, C, D, and then back to A. Okay, so that's it. 3 chords right there. You've got a song. I don't know what kind of song that is. Probably not a radio hit, but you kind of you get the idea. Again, it's really, bear in mind what's going on with your right hand as well, okay, and how you want to play. Whether you play with a guitar pick, you'll probably get a clearer, better tone with a guitar pick. Like I said, I'm a fairly sloppy player. I really play lead guitar more, I suppose, than acoustic. So, there's more room for error there. You can kind of hide your inadequacies, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, it's you can play with a sort of this technique with your hands. I'll show you that. So, man, just like I said, have fun with it. Practice between those basic chords, A, C, and D. And maybe I'll make another video with G. G is really cool. So, yeah, give me a shout and let me know if this was helpful at all. And, if you pick this up really quick, we'll move on to the guitar solo from Stairway to Heaven or something like that. Cool?